private sector has done so well since the beginning of this country. If you look at that $700 billion, and actually probably $1 trillion is going to be paid for national debt, just interest on the national debt in 10 years. If we could get that debt down, maybe we could afford to do more on health care and some of these other issues if we wanted to do it. You know, first of all, I just wanted to say, I don't think we can continue to sustain this kind of spending, and I appreciate the fact that we've got difficult decisions to make that offend some people at times, but we've got to keep that in mind. Otherwise, this country isn't going to exist. The second thing I want to say is, you know, I've had an opportunity to visit with you and your staff over the last several years on a lot of issues. And I want to say that you've never been partisan in your responses to that, and you've always been extremely responsive, you and your staff. And I'd just like to say thank you for your job that you're doing, and thank you for the job your staff does.
Well, thank you. Gentlemen, the black fleece.
Yes, I guess I want to go back to this gentleman's question over here about lobbyists. And I hesitate to insinuate, but the last election cycle, or at least when the healthcare debate was starting to roll, weren't you one of the congressmen that were that used word for word the MedTech laboratory or something as a promotion for their, you know, I guess I don't remember the exact situation, but I remember it did kind of roll through our papers as well. So.
That was an unfortunate error in our office that it was put in, but the issue there was making sure that people or entities that develop medicine, that there's a clear pathway for the generic to come forward. Right. And the idea was to support that concept. It was submitted. My debate on the House floor actually focused on the costs of the health care, and that what I thought would be a lower quality.
Well, I guess in contention you said that their power is relegated more towards TV, whereas I think that...
Well, you see ads on TV all the time.
They're on TV, but they're also being handed, you know, their money is being handed everywhere, so...
So
you're right.
Rudy.
I have two questions. First, related to jobs. No one seems to be talking about small business enterprises and the creation of new jobs, the expanded economy. When is the handcuffs going to be taken off SBA, and where are they going to get the support the government to allow small businesses to grow? Secondly, I'd like you to give me one reason why I should vote for your opponent. Because I have not seen him in North Omaha dealing with my people, asking questions, or supporting issues that I'm concerned with. Why should I vote for your opponent?
Can I hit the second one first? This is an official congressional sponsored meeting, and I'm not allowed to, by law, do campaign, and so I will talk to you separately and give you that answer. No. There's people here that can file a complaint. The first part of that, I think that's the focus. We need to focus and unshackle small businesses. And I've been meeting with small business owners from all over the city, and I have a continuous theme about it, is that number one is access to capital. And you mentioned unshackle the SBA. In this stimulus package, that 0.5% that I thought was actually focused in the right way, which is small businesses, increase the funding to small SBA to create a larger guarantee, increase the guarantee, eliminated the fees. There was a 1% fee that the loan recipient had to pay to the SBA, not just the bank. And those were waived. What we found out, the shackles are government related. The shackles are that a small business person comes in and says, I have an opportunity. I'm going to give you a real life Omaha example. A small bakery that got a good contract to make more of their product for a grocery store chain. Have paid every one of their loan payments throughout their business history, went to their bank and said, we need to buy more ovens to make these products. They were told no. Why were they told no? Because the bank examiners that are coming in are saying inherently small businesses are risky in a recession. Therefore, any loan that you make, we are going to be, we will deem at risk, and they have various conditions and levels. What does that mean to the bank? If they know you are perfectly good customer and will pay, you could sit there and say the heck with the regulators. But when they rate your loan, you have to put up more capital into an account, and that's less money that gets loaned out, and it has to just be sit there, and they can't use it in any way. So the bankers are sitting there, not to villainize bankers at all here, I'm villainizing the federal government, that they are the ones that are being irrational now. I mean, we went from irrational lending to now irrational enforcement. And that pendulum has to come back down and where solid small business loans can be made now. And we've got to work through that. And you can't pass a law in Congress to sit there and say start lending, because you want them to be solid, good loans. And partially Congress saying be irrational is what got us into this place. So it needs to work through. The president talked about creating a $30 billion pool for community level banks to give or to lend out to small. It isn't the issue of lack of money in the banks. It's the bank regulators that are going to downgrade them for giving out that loan. So if we could work through our regulatory government or the banking financial services regulatory, we can free up more capital. And that's where the problem lies.
Even with the 90% loan guaranteed by the SBA, those loans are still downgraded?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because there's a feeling within the banking regulatory community, those that actually go in, versus the boss up in Washington, D.C., 20 levels above you, that statistically, small business, I mentioned the statistics that when they grow, they're the ones that pull us out of a recession, but they're also the first ones to close in a recession. So they'll say small businesses across the board are at risk of failing in this environment, therefore no loan should be given to them. That's the logic. And the only ones getting loans are ones that can walk in and do more than 100% collateral. I was going to say collaboration, but that's a different issue. Collateral. Well, hell, you know what these people did with the bakery? They put their own money into it. They just took it out of they took their money out of the bank and went and bought the equipment they needed. Yes, sir.
I just want to relate what you're talking about education, and I'm not trying to put education. It just seems that so many people I talk to don't know what the three branches of government are. They don't know the difference between the state senator and the U.S. senator. They don't have any idea about what's going on. And the example that nobody crazy would have happened, and I'm not taking sides of this issue, but the thing about the same-sex marriage in Minnesota. Not Minnesota, I'm sorry, Massachusetts. The state Supreme Court ordered the legislature to pass the law. So they don't have any right to tell the legislature what to do with the law. They're supposed to rule on the laws, not tell the legislature what laws to pass. It's just like people don't pay any attention to the basic things that our government started out with. They just ignore them.
I'll get back to you, Bob.